documents presented by Novak Djokovic's legal team to the court attempt to answer the question at the heart of this controversy. Why was he granted a vaccine exemption? Well, now we know that Djokovic tested positive for COVID-19 on December the 16th, and that a recent infection is a valid reason for an exemption. This is according to Australia's Technical Advisory on Immunization. These are the rules that Tennis Australia and the state government here in Victoria say they have followed. This exemption was granted by two independent medical panels, but the picture changed when he arrived. The border officials have said that he did not provide appropriate evidence and that a prior infection is in fact not a valid reason. So a contradiction in rules here, a contradiction in information. And this is essentially what the judge has to look at and examine. What rules apply? Is it state government rules or federal government rules? And why are they different? The other thing, of course, that the documents point out is that the exemption was revoked, they say, after a public outcry. This is the initial anger that Scott Morrison's government had to face when Novak Djokovic announced on social media that he was coming to Australia, coming to defend his title, and that he had been given an exemption from the vaccine. Many people have said that he'd been given special treatment, that it was one set of rules for the rich and famous and another for everybody else. And the government was then at pains to say that this was not the case, that rules are the rules. But in doing so, the federal government has actually added to the chaos, added to the uncertainty. What's also emerging is this monumental breakdown in communication between the organizers, the state government, and the federal government, that now a decision has to be made by a judge. And until that happens, the world number one is here in that immigration detention hotel, waiting for that decision. It's unclear whether he's going to be moved somewhere else. He's asked to be moved to a place with a tennis facility. We don't know if this is going to happen, or he's going to remain here until a judge decides on Monday whether he can stay and defend his title or he has to be deported. Whatever happens, this is a hugely embarrassing situation for Australia a few days before one of the biggest sporting events in the country.